This is Dr. Ed Turos. Welcome to the Focus Voice. Today I am talking to families. I'm talking about how you as a family could get all your family members activated in their gift cluster. Think about this. Many times we don't understand what our gift cluster is. And I really feel as a focus coach and individuals try to get people focused that I want to get you to understand that each of you have specific gifts that you have and your children do too. And many times we wait till they get older to identify those gifts instead of getting them positioned in the right place so that they can understand that there's a future, there's a hope, there's dreams that can come forward just because you activated them and helped them understand who they are, what they have, and how to apply it. And we're here today to help you increase that. And I created a brand new course called Focus on Activation. Focus on Activation. And what I did was I took all the profiles that I have created. Now, I've been certified in the DISC, the DISC Personality Behavior Style, for over 30 years. I was a trainer with the Coca-Cola Company for 27 years and a manager, and I train people on the information I'm going to give you. And I've also gone into multiple other organizations to train these materials to help people understand who they are. Now, as a parent, I want to know what my gift cluster of my children are, so that I can be able to help them see that there is an opportunity for them for greater levels of success once they know who they are. Now, once you know who you are and you know how you were made based on your DNA, based on your personal experiences, maybe your role models, that's what your personality is based on. Now, all of a sudden, you can be able to take this information and you and your children, especially your children, can make better quality decisions about their life in the future because guess what? They know who they are. And many times when I ask young people today, tell me about yourself, tell me some of your gifts, tell me some of your values to the organization, to a team or the school or people you're involved with, maybe on a certain team of sports. Well, they shrug their shoulders. They really don't know. Many times when I go into high schools and colleges and organizations, I'll go around the room and I'll say, okay, tell me your greatest gift. Tell me your greatest value. Or I'll come in and I'll say, listen, I'm with the Coca-Cola Company. I'm going to hire you today. I'm going to give you a $75,000 salary, but I got to know if you bring value to my team, right? And people sit back and say, oh my, how do I even relate that? So in this course called Focus on Activation, it is an online course, and it talks about 4 different profiles that I created to help you and your family get activated so that they can take your gifts and go to the next level of success. And at a young age, you can start taking this gift cluster of your children and start working that. And I'll tell you what, it's going to benefit your children, especially you in the long run, because you're going to not have the worries or the stress that most people do when they have their children go out in society, into their career, into their married, their spouse, and all these different things. They have to know how to do the ABC method, the adapt, blend, and connect with different personality styles. Now, as a trainer for a lot of years, guess what I saw? I saw the greatest divisions, the greatest strife, the greatest issues, and even with parents and children, is different personality styles that don't know how to get along and adapt, blend, and connect. And I've got multiple trainings on that to help you in the midst of that. So today, I want to talk to you real quick about these 4 profiles. First of all, I take you through the DISC, D-I-S-C. Been around for 100 years, very easy to understand. There's the D, the dominant style people. Let's just go do it. Let's get it done. They are very impatient. They want the bottom line results. Their greatest fear is be taken advantage of. And I tell you what, that D dominant style is about 3% of the population. Then we have the people like myself. I love to be around people. That's about 11% of the population. We say, come on, man, you can do it. We're your cheerleader. We're your people, individuals, very involved in a lot of sales, a lot of different people who can get up and motivate other people. They can persuade you based on that I style. Now, we hate rejection, okay? So don't reject us. We want to talk to somebody. And I dealt with many of those things when I worked as a consultant. I still do with many companies. Understand that I need to talk to somebody, right? There's 69% that have this stable, secure, tell me what to do. I want to do one thing at a time. We can do it together. They hate sudden change. They are very ones who are very team-oriented, very family-oriented. 69% of this stable, secure, this style, and then 16% that lines up, or excuse me, 17% line up with the C style, and that is compliant, that is detail-oriented. Those are the ones right now that have to have all the facts. They hate criticism, even though they do criticize, and they're the ones that says, man, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. So you're going to be able to take 19 questions on this, very easy to understand. You can work with your children on this, and then you're going to get your chance to look at 42 different styles based on the results. So if I'm an ID or DI or SC, I'm going to be able to get a one-page report that talks to me about my general characteristics, tells me my value to an organization. It tells me what I need to do, the best environments I work in, that I go to school in. It also talks about maybe my weaknesses, right? So this is a great one-page report to help you understand you and your children, and then help each other adapt, blend, and connect based on some behavioral differences. And then we go into the second profile, which is the 7 spheres vocational profile. Now, there are 7 different spheres of influence that are very important in the world today. There's business, there's government, there's education, there's family, there's religion, there's arts and entertainment, and there's media, right? And so there are these 7 different spheres of influence. Which one do you or your children need to belong in? I know I'm in business and I'm in education, right? And I'm also in religion. I'm a faith-based person. And I'll tell you what, I have these 3 that I'm involved with in my entire life. And so if you can identify your sphere of influence in these 7 spheres of vocational influence, now it's going to help you understand as you move forward in your career, move forward in your life, move forward what your children could do. It's going to help really just peel the onion off to help them understand. So when you go maybe into our next course, Finding Life's Direction, now you're going to be able to match up personality styles with jobs in the 16 career clusters. But the third profile I do is really the spiritual gifting profile. Now, you might say, well, what's the big deal with spiritual giftings? Well, there's 20 spiritual gifts. You got to know which spiritual gifts you have. Now, these gifts are used everywhere. As a manager and a trainer with Coca-Cola and with Unilever for 37 years, I used my spiritual gifts when I could, right? And how those things help me operate, maybe in administration, maybe as a teacher, maybe certain different things that you can identify. There are 20 spiritual gifts. You take the profile and we'll identify those gifts for you and your family and your children. Powerful tool to help you understand where you are in your gift cluster. And then finally, we go to the Heroes Principle. And there are 3 books I've written. Be a Hero for Youth. I've written a book, Heroes Effect, which is a marketplace book, and also Heroes Principle, a faith-based book. These are on the 6 acronyms of the Heroes Principle. H stands for honor in an age of dishonor, right? E stands for excellence in a day of average. Just tell me what to do and I'll go do it. No, I'm talking about excellence, right? R stands for responsibility. Yeah, in an age of entitlement. I said it. There it is. We have people that feel like they're entitled. They have to take personal responsibility. O stands for order in a time frame right now when people don't want to submit to anybody and realize that there are people in position in rank and order that you have to submit to, right? And then there's E stands for expectation. I'm coming in with a positive attitude in the midst of pessimism. And finally, servanthood. I love to serve. I love to volunteer. We just fed 1,500 people, 1,500 families in our community this past week, and all 3 of my grandchildren were able to be involved with that food distribution. They love to serve people. We're blessing people. We've been doing this for about 3 years since COVID, and I'll tell you what, we've given over $30 million worth of food and produce to people who really need it. And there's something about servanthood that just really jacks you up. And me, as a person who wants to be a servant leader, I've got to get my children and my grandchildren involved with it, and they are. It's very powerful. So think about this. We're going to identify the weak areas of your Heroes Principle so that you can start to work on those. So in this course called Focus on Activation, this gives you a chance right now to help you and your family be able to identify who you are and what you have in this gift cluster. Now, that's just the beginning. This is the introductory course. It's for $49, very inexpensive, but it's the chance for you to sit down with your family, have that materials, go online. You can take the profiles over and over again. So if you have 3 or 4 or 5 people in your family, you can go through the profile, get the results, and come another person get online and go through the same profile so that you can get a complete workbook of your family, of your children. See, I want your children, your family to be successful in life. And the earlier we can get you to understand who they are and you to adapt and blend, you connect your personality style with your children to have a win-win situation, have a great relationship. Listen, I never got bought into the situation that my children were going to rebel as teenagers, and they never did. And my grandchildren won't either, because you know why? I taught them who they were and what they had, and I focused on their gift cluster, and I saw great levels of success. So check us out. at FocusLifeInstitute.com. Check out this brand new introductory course that's going to help you get focused on activation, helping you and your family understand the opportunity that you have within you that produce a greater future for your children and for yourself. And also beyond that, then you go to Finding Life's Direction. This is our course that really takes you through to match up your personality style with jobs in the 16 career clusters. We help you write a vision statement. We look at passion. We look at the 7 vocational spheres. We then take your personality. There are 16 career clusters. We have you go online and match up all these personality styles based on who you are. For example, my son-in-law, he's a senior engineer. He's not a people person. He's a senior engineer. So his personality matches that, and he loves his job because 60% of people don't love their job. Then we help you set goals. And then I took the top 10 skills for success, professional soft skills, and I used the DISC personality system so it's personalized to you and your family. And now I take the top 10 skills of communication, collaboration, conflict resolutions, confidence, creativity, character, decision-making, problem-solving, time management, and people skills. And I also threw in a bonus for skills for success. I threw on how to interview, the behavioral interview, so that you and your children, maybe you're changing jobs or your children, know how to secure their job in the future. And then I have also courses on entrepreneurship and creating a lifestyle focus and the HEROES principle, all available at FocusLifeInstitute.com. We're here for your success. Now remember, we're here to educate, we're here to equip and empower you and your family so that you can focus on identifying your assignment and your calling in life so that you can fulfill your purpose and your destiny. Check us all out again at FocusLifeInstitute.com. And remember, your focus determines your future.